Jobs and economic development, huge. We're going to talk about that. Huge. A lot of people don't recognize that. Local economy, the impact on the local economy, the ability to improve the environment, and also the health and well-being and productivity of people. This is all good. It just doesn't grow hair, I promise you. I figured that out. See, here's the dance that goes on. It's sometimes elegant, sometimes painful. It's the dance between regulation and the market. Since 73, some camps have been saying, oh, we need to legislate everything. We need regulations, this, that, and the other thing. Well, that hasn't worked, has it? Okay, it's helped. And then others will say, no, 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 we don't want any rules. We want smaller government. We want the market to move it all. Well, that hasn't helped, has it? I mean, it's helped, but it hasn't done it. You need a mixture. You need the dance. You need the codes and the voluntary programs and the incentives. Remember I said California, which is a right-to-work state, was an interesting one that we'll talk about here? Here we go, this slide. To me, this is a very interesting slide. When you look at this, you see kilowatt hours per person per year, and right here we see about 1973, the United States, the entire U.S., was consuming in the range of 8,000 kilowatt hours per person per year. 8,000. Now we move from that up to today, well, a little while ago, 2006, it was around 12,000, so it increased by 50% over that period of time. Energy consumption in the United States, we now know it's got to be more than 12,000, but that's where it was in 2006. Look how California and New York have flatlined ultimately. I used to just have California up there, but people would say, oh, well, that's just California. Well, guess what? It's also New York. New York's a heck of a lot different than California. Climate-wise, regulatory-wise, all of that stuff. Sure, the price of energy is high in both places. That's the price, right? We see that up there, price. Incentives. They do have some significant incentives. The utilities are quite impactful there, as are state programs, very focused. You've got organizations like NYSERDA, you've got organizations like California Energy Commission that are having impact in that market. You have leadership. My kingdom for some leaders, right? You have leadership that comes through and says, okay, this might not be the most exciting thing, you might not all be thrilled about it right now, but darn it, it's the medicine we got to take and we're going to move forward. We come up with some leadership. Those four things, leadership, regulations, incentives, and price, will have impact on the market in the proper mix. California Green, in fact. We've heard, maybe some of you have heard about Title 24 code in California being stringent, quite stringent. Well, they've morphed and now there's the California Green Code, Cal Green. And in fact, when you look at it, what's coming, what wisdom tells me, and what some of the people are whispering over the phone to me, is that in 3 years, the next revision, you're going to have to do daylighting. It ain't going to be an option. Interesting. What business opportunities does this raise? The concept of leveraging tubular daylight devices and registers and all of these elements with daylight sensors and all of these aspects into systems, maybe packages that can be sold into the marketplace. Interesting. Because as things change, we look at it, we learn, we understand from the trends and what's happening, how we can improve things. 2009, the ARA funds, there were incentives. There were quite a few, actually, for elements we'd impact architecturally in our homes, but also for efficient vehicles, home builders getting incentives. Now you've got, what is it, Shea, Vistancia, focusing on almost net zero energy buildings, I think, with a lot of solar and some serious energy efficiency. Commercial buildings, up to $1.80 a square foot for achieving certain levels associated with the ASHRAE 90.1 performance, right? You can earn incentives, significant. Tax incentives, 37 of them in 18 states for energy efficient buildings. 1,403 rebate loan and grant programs available in all 50 states. Utility incentives, dramatic. Take a look at the growth we see there. It's more than doubled since 2007, which was coincident with one of the economy that crept from the fires of Mordor, a horrifying recessionary economy. It's just it made all our skin crawl how horrible this economy's been. And this is growing like crazy. California alone, the utilities spend over $1 billion a year. Utility incentives, low interest financing, energy efficient loan, tax incentives and grants, all important. And when you put these together in one approach to a client, you can get amazing results. This was one audit that we did for a client in the Energized Phoenix area, where we came up with about 8 discrete energy conservation measures, totaling about $425,000 worth of investment. Okay, these discrete energy efficiency, energy conservation measures would provide $83,000 in rebates from APS, Solutions for Business, and $80,000 in rebates from Energized Phoenix, for a total of $162,000 out of a $425,000 initial investment. That's great. And what we did to try to make this move along quicker, we said, okay, we're going to charge you a small fee since it's taken a while and you had this audit done a while ago to try to get you to implement, and we'll manage it for you. And guess what else we're going to do? How much would you pay? Don't answer. Yeah. What else are we going to do? We're going to come up with a sustainability program for you that will focus, it will be a best-of-class sustainability program and allow you to implement cost-saving, efficiency-generating, beneficial programs within your organization. If you go to the savings estimator, APS has a savings estimator on site. You're able to put in the 6.24% financing from National Bank of Arizona. Great rate, 60 months. And look at this. You read this and you're not reading cross-eyed. Result, monthly energy savings exceed monthly cost of financing by at least $4,000 and as much as $8,000. That's huge. I mean, that says cash positive from the first month once this is implemented. That's huge.